Oklahoma winless in Boulder since 1988. Look out for Ralphie. Sooners opening drive. Jason White. Brandon Jones, 54-yard touchdown. OU has scored on its opening drive in every game this season. It's 7-0 Sooners. First play of their next drive. Ronaldo working it. Breaks a bunch of tackles. Add another 15 yards at the end of this for a face mask. Works carried 20 times for 130 yards. Led to another Oklahoma touchdown. Fourth quarter, Joel Klatt, Derek McCoy. Klatt threw for 3 scores. Colorado back within 7. Just over 2 minutes left. 3rd and 7 for OU. White, Mark Clayton, and he slips a tackle and keeps on matriculating the ball up the field. White, 19 of 28, 248, 3 scores. Sooners, 8-0.
This is College Game Day Final.
Hi, everybody. Glad to have you with us on College Game Day Final. Alongside Trev Alberts and Mark May, my partners, I'm Reese Davis. The Powerball number is 4. 4 unbeatens coming into
your first number?
I don't know. We haven't checked. We're all still here, so apparently we didn't have quite the right numbers. There were 4 unbeaten teams left coming into Saturday, but the dwindling number had given hope to all of the one-loss teams that they could get back into the fight for the Nokia Sugar Bowl. There's one team, however, playing at altitude, playing in the rarefied air at a higher level than just about everybody else. The #1 team in the land, Oklahoma, going into Colorado. Hey, Ralphie and the fellas, they've had trouble on defense. Colorado, 115th in pass defense. That's 3rd worst. And Jason White takes advantage early to Brandon Jones. White, Jones, these two have had a little chemistry on the deep ball. Boomer Sooner up 7-0.
And you talk about chemistry. Look at Mark Clayton. Here's a wide receiver that Jason White has known he could go to time and time again. Here he is in the slot. Look at the nice catch he's going to make here in amongst the defenders. Beautiful catch, 16-yard touchdown catch. It's 27-7 at that point. Now, later in the fourth quarter, you see Mark Clayton again here. Cuts it back, gets it on the sideline, 60 yards for the touchdown. Mark Clayton is the guy that Jason White knows he can go to. 6 catches for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns.
You got to realize what that play was, too. That was in a 27-20 game on 3rd and 6 with Colorado trying to get the ball back and spring the upset. That is a championship caliber play, both from White and from Clayton. Oklahoma, 34-20. The Sooners remain unbeaten. As projections, brought to you by Allstate and brought to you by Brad Edwards, our BCS guru. Now, we have 2 teams at the top. That's pretty easy. Oklahoma and Miami, both undefeated. Now, the next 4 teams bunched together very tightly, really could end up in any order. Florida State appears to be the pick here because of the belief that the Seminoles will in all likelihood move ahead of Washington State in both polls, and SC on top of Georgia with the potential for SC to pass Georgia in the AP poll. SC's already ahead of Georgia in the ESPN USA Today Coaches Poll. So as you look, the potential for all of these teams next week, all of them have pretty stern tests coming up.
Well, they definitely do, and I know Trev loves Virginia Tech, but Miami will beat Virginia Tech by far. You've been ranting and raving all year. Now you're not going to back off that bandwagon. I'm telling you right now, you're not getting broken ankles this week. Miami will go undefeated throughout the remainder of the season. Oklahoma in a tight one over Oklahoma State. I think that's going to be a huge game to watch, but the Miami game, Virginia Tech game will be the game to watch next week, but Miami will prevail.
To me, this is so much fun to watch because Reese mentioned it. Of those 6 teams, I think 4 of those 6 legitimate chances to lose. The only team I see up there, the #3 team, Florida State, I got to be honest, a lot of questions with their offense. I'm not so sure that they belong up there.
Well, we'll see how Florida State does. And you know what? You know what the Miami
My ankles are killing me.
The Miami fans are just fearful. They lose 1 game, beat Florida State, and wind up behind Florida State in the BCS again. It couldn't happen again, could it?
Nah. It could.
Yeah, probably could.
Nah.
We'll continue on College Game Day Final. We'll go back out to Bowling Green, hear from Chris and the guys. Continue on College Game Day Final. Time for our Wendy's Heisman update. Jason White certainly didn't hurt himself at Colorado, making clutch plays. Larry Fitzgerald continues to just be spectacular for Pittsburgh. These last 2 guys on the list, this may be their last appearance here. B.J. Simmons put up big numbers, but no quarterback has won the Heisman Trophy with more than 2 regular season losses since 1970. Jim Plunkett did it. Texas Tech lost for the 3rd time against Missouri. I think Cadillac headed to the Heisman garage with only 61 yards in the loss to LSU. Well, we had a setup Saturday for some, and we have now trimmed the field to just 3 unbeaten teams, only 2 of them from BCS conferences, and it sets up a showdown Saturday coming up next week, highlighted by Bedlam.
on Monday, even though there were no major upsets up in the top 5. But give me your top 5.
Well, let's see if you guys agree here. First of all, I'm going to have to start with Ohio State. I know they played Indiana today. Their defense has been great all year. Special teams have been great. Finally, today they found a running game, and they see if they can get ready for the stretch run. After that, Georgia, a little bit of a scare today, but I still put them in the top 5 at number 4. USC continues to get better and better in every aspect. Big game next week with Washington State. Then, of course, Miami at number 2 and Oklahoma at number 1. But this top 5 could be completely different by next Saturday night.
Our top 5's very close, but let's start with the alumni group down at the bottom. I got Florida State over his Buckeyes. Obviously, reasons why, but Florida State's got Notre Dame next week. We'll find out how good they really are. Georgia, they got messed around, but they'll be ready for the Gators this next week. And I think the best football team in the nation, from what I'm watching on tapes now, USC. All divisions, all aspects of the game. Then Miami and Oklahoma, the top 2. But I tell you what, right now I wouldn't bet against USC against anybody in the country.
Kind of a consensus. We'd all love to see that matchup.
Would that be
USC against Oklahoma. That'd be exciting.
All right, Survival Saturday. Which of your top 5 will survive or have the most trouble in their big test? Because they're all going to get tested, all 5 of these teams.
I think there are a couple teams that are going to have to try to survive. I think Georgia and Florida, the Gators coming in with a lot of confidence off a bye week. And I think Miami going into Lane Stadium against Virginia Tech. I think both those games are going to be exciting and close.
You only left me one. Okay, I've got Oklahoma, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State guys always wanted to play at Oklahoma. They never get a chance. Now they get the chance to beat them the 3rd time in a row.
You're going to put on the Cowboys' head in Norman. I can't wait for that.
Wait a minute. Not so fast.
We'll see about that.
A lean, but not that far.
We survived Mac Country. We can't wait for Survival Saturday. Respect to you.